good having a good old. Because I enjoyed my 4 months in Somerset. I really did. Great people, great people. Right. Yeah, righto, get into it.
Okay, so these are just some indicative questions, just about when, it's all about memories of when you worked, what you've done now, what you thought of the place. Was it good memories for you, bad memories, or whatever? So it's just personal to you, please, okay? So I'll just ask you a few questions, but you don't have to...
Is this recorded, is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, good as gold. No, I was just wondering.
I'll send it on to you as well.
No, I don't.
No, I'll send it.
Good.
Anyway. All right. What were the years you worked at the Freezing Works?
I worked there from 1970 to the day it closed.
Wow.
So it was what, 83 it closed?
83, 85, something like that?
Something like
Something
that, yeah. 70, I was only there 30. I left school, went straight to the Freezing Works and left when the day it officially closed.
So it's your first job?
First job.
And what was the job you did there?
I started off in the stockyards. Worked in the stockyards for 4 years, and then I applied for a job up in the boning room, and got a job up there. Got a transfer back up to the boning room.
Was it more money?
Oh yeah, better hours, and an incentive, as well. You see, you put so much product through. I think you had boners were on A grade, the trimmers and all that were on B grade, and the sweepers and all that were on C grade. You're on all different incentive for the day, for the day's work. So it was miles better money for less hours.
What do you remember about the buildings there?
What do you mean memories of the building?
Were they clean? Were they dirty? Were they big? Were they small? What was the working environment like?
Oh, the working environment was bloody great, because they tried to modernise it every 2 or 3 years. Like our boning room was pretty well redone up. The beef floor, which is next to us, was completely redone up. It was only the buildings underneath that were sort of foulmongery, blood room, stuff like that, hide room, like that. They were only did the necessary work to keep them going. But the top floor, where all the killing was done and the meat was processed, that was all modernised, because it had to be, because under the European hygiene rules, they had to change it all. Everything had to be stainless steel. And
what are your memories of working there? Like when we work at places, it's not just the job. You make friends there, and you have good times, you have arguments, you have fun, you have jokes. Is there anything that kind of springs to mind that?
I couldn't wait for Monday morning to go to work, because the comradeship. I had people from Hara, Kakamea, Manatai, Waverley, Wanganui, Waitotara, all congregated. They all worked at the Freezing Works, so you got all different insights what guys were doing. And of course, I was a sportsman, and some of the boys say, "Oh, you'd play the shit game on Saturday," and say it was winter for rugby, and give me shit. So it was great. I loved it. The comradeship down there, I miss it to this day. I miss it. I'll always had a great working environment there, and some really, really good friends. Loved it.
Was there any social activities associated with the? Did you go out drinking with fellas there, or?
Yeah, the department you worked in, you usually on a Friday, you'd go to one of the locals or something like that, or even on a Saturday if rugby had finished, and you'd meet your certain mates that you worked with and have a beer with them, and we'd talk about our sport or something else in life. No, it was, yeah.
Sounds like a great place to. I mean, I know it's been devastating for the town it going, but talking to you and the others, it really feels like you
loved it.
Enjoyed working there.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't just like a job; it was more of a community.
I loved the job. No, I enjoyed the job. I did too. I enjoyed working with cold meat, because it was chilled meat that came out every day into the boning room. I enjoyed that part of it, because you weren't working in hot conditions, not like the beef floor and the mutton floor. And I loved all aspects of it.
Now that it's closed down and most of the buildings are now gone.
Well, every building's gone.
Every building's gone now, isn't it? Apart from the cool storage.
No, there's nothing there at all.
Nothing there at all.
Because that bit down on the wharf, that's the cheese factory.
Yeah.
That was the grader. So that's not part of the works.
Right.
What you were calling the cool stores,
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's always been the cheese grader. All the cheese from the country came in there and they stored it. Then they railroaded out on the trains.
Would you have preferred the buildings to have been standing there so you could look at them as a memory, or would you now think it's better that there's no buildings there?
No, I think it's great. It's gone. It was just, to me, it was an eyesore. You know, and the thing is, I've got good memories, and by looking at it, because it had never been looked after and done up, if it had been restored to, even if it was empty, but restored as if this was a freezing works, I wouldn't mind it, but it was just deteriorating. Windows were being broken. Kids, people just go in there and pinch stuff and smash it. So to me, it was the best thing they ever did was clean it up and use the site for something, for grazing, whatever they're using it for now. So no, I reckon it's a great idea getting rid of it, because those days are gone, haven't they? You can't bring it back. So if you went up the road here and look at the hospital, it's an eyesore, isn't it? Have you seen it?
No.
Our old hospital that's been closed for about 20 years, it's just a bloody wreck, It's terrible to look at, So you come down that main hill into Party now, you got a great view out straight out to the sea and the bay and the bar going out there. You haven't got an old deteriorated building, and the memories are good. That's the main thing, isn't it? For me, the memories are great, and you can't take that away at all. Great place to work.
Brilliant. It's great, we're done. Thank you very much. It's
good.
nice finish that.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Well, how'd you turn that off, with your foot or something?
Huh?
Have you turned that off?
No, it's not. I haven't turned it off yet.
Ah.
No. I'll turn it off now.